I said to Marjorie, I might not be a smart man, but I know what an orange looks like. And an orange, would normally have 10 segments. But this YouTube channel I watch, called Explaining It, he has made an orange with 12 segments. And that's all I gotta say about that.
When I was stuck between the age of 6 going on 7, probably closer to 7, but just a little over 6.5, and a few days to be really accurate, I thought it was time to leave the nest and move out of my parents' house. What? Doesn't everyone do that around that age? Or would you miss your mummy? You never miss your dad. He's out most of the time anyway, either working or down the pub, with everyone else from work. Unless you have a health-conscious dad, he might be down the gym. Or that's what he tells your mum. So if your dad comes home all hot and bothered, maybe he's just had a hard day at work. Or down the gym. Unless you know you have a hot mum. Isn't that weird to think? But all your friends say, oh, I like your mum, she's well nice. They would never admit that she was hot. Or would they? And for having a hot dad, well, I wouldn't know anything about that. Now, I was really excited about moving out because I was going to live with my nan and grandad. And while my mum only sprinkled a bit of sugar in a cup of tea, my grandad would put 2 shovel loads in, and he would supply a big slab of either fruit cake or cherry cake that he would have made. So if for nothing else, that was a great reason for moving in. Gotta pour some sugar in me tea. It's better than coffee. Pour some sugar in me tea. It's gonna get me fat now. Pour some sugar in me tea. The main reason I was leaving home and moving was that I was changing schools, and my parents were selling the house, and at some point they would move into the same area as my nan and grandad. So it only made sense to go and start my new school when term started in September. So halfway through the summer school holidays, I moved. But the memories I had from the old house remain with me, like the day our cat JJ decided to knock over the birdcage, which bust open and Barry the budgie got out and flew straight out of the window, and we never saw him again. Then there was the day I was outside with a ball. I stood on it and scraped the back of my head down the house wall, which required me to have stitches in my head, and while this was happening, my mum passed out in the background. Across the road my uncle lived, and my cousin Adrian thought it would be fun to bust straight through a glass pane door. He was very close to taking out one of his eyes, and he was also soaked in blood. It wasn't a good look. But the best thing was I could have my scale X-Trix set up in the front room most of the year, and I did love playing with that, until one day my dad decided to pack it away because I was moving out, and I never saw that set again. Turns out he sold it to somebody down the road. So I had to start a new school and meet new people. It was a very exciting time, but unfortunately this is where Orange 1 finishes and a new Orange begins, where I will meet some of the kids that have remained friends throughout my life, the guys I really grew up with, the guys I got into trouble with, and the guys that shaped the start of my life. Because there wasn't much we didn't get up to, but all will be explained in a new journey. And to be honest, it was all fueled with 2 heaps of sugar in my tea. Oh, and a really good piece of cake.
Life is like a box of chocolates. Especially when you open it and there's coffee ones in there. Don't eat them.
Some friends you do lose contact with, but you do gain new ones as you get older. From school to college to then maybe university, and then on to jobs you get. Friends spring up in the most strangest of places. I remember talking to this lad in the toilet once, and we became friends right away. He wanted to shake my hand, and I remember shouting, "Wash your hands first. No, wash your hands. And use soap. And don't forget to dry them properly. Don't forget your phone or PC or tablet will not explode if you hit the subscribe button, but it'll put a smile on my face. So do it. Do it now."